In the wake of the 2012 shooting death of black teen Trayvon Martin by George Zimmerman, a white Latino, Gallup released a poll saying race relations between blacks and Latinos were the worst among all racial groups. Access Philly and Al Dia went to the community. They told us stories like this one.
A few years ago, there was a shooting at 19th and Jefferson. He was a Dominican clerk working in a grocery store. They got into some verbal altercation and the brother shot him, killed him. The whole community around there was devastated, even though they didn't know the guy that good, but they knew the owners of the store. The owners respected them. They had pictures of their children all over the place. So when I found out about that, I talked to Bilal. I said, Bilal, we need to put a damper on this and grab this by the throat right now before this emerges in some racial conflict and something ugly. We don't want them feeling that they're being targeted for stick-ups when you go in there, they treat you civilly. You know, you can touch somebody's hand, you know, they make provisions to try to find out who you are. It's not behind the bulletproof glass. We don't need to compromise that. He said, what do you think we do? I said, well, I know the owner. I'm going to speak to him, see if we can get together and have a conversation. I think it opened up a line of communication that they really can build on that wasn't present before.
But even as Edwin Desamore, a Latino of Haitian descent, works with both African American and Latino youth, some say racial tensions remain.
When you say Latino and black, you also cannot dismiss the color. A lot of folks thought that Zimmerman and his name, that he was white. And you know, the more he was exposed, the more it came out he was Latino. But he was a white, perceived as a white Latino. I think that also is part of the genesis of what that poll would show. Latino community is the fastest growing community in America. So anytime you have that fast growing community, there's always going to be tensions in communities. Black and Latinos tend to live together. You know, the Kensington area, the lower Northeast area and stuff like that. Large Latino community, still a large black community. So I think there is some friction there because the Latinos community is also being well organized and they're trying to achieve power. African American community, as you know, we have organized and we have at least the political power. Angel Ortiz was the first Puerto Rican person elected to council. It was basically black folks that got him elected. So there was a support base there. Maria Sanchez, who's in office, got a large percentage of black support and black votes. So I think that shows on more the grassroots level and stuff like that, there is support there. I think mainly leadership level, there's not enough interaction.
The communities marched together against drugs and came together for political partnerships. The question is, what now?
I had a friend of mine, real nationalist, say we need to blow it up and start over again. And I'm like, but when the ashes settle, all you got is a bunch of damn ashes. Okay? So you can't build anything from ashes. You can't build anything. So if you start thinking about building with coalitions of people, building in ways that people will not be afraid then to say, why aren't there more Latino boys and African American boys in certain colleges? What do we need to do? And then of course I'm going to hear white America say, well, you're being racist. That's not true, but you're being racist. And I go, being pro-Southern doesn't mean I'm con something. But I'm just trying to even the playing field. And we can't even that playing field unless we're willing to fight and be collaborative in that fighting.